So what is up everyone? Today I'm going to be showing you how you can build a full client onboarding system in Make.com. Basically what the system is going to do is it's going to wait for you to mark a client as closed. After you mark them as closed, it will then send them an email with all of the info you wanted to send and create a Google Drive folder or a Notion folder for them. So here's how you're going to do it. First thing you're going to do is you are going to go to automly.pro. If you don't know what this is, it's my app and it basically builds automations for you in just a couple seconds. Then you are going to sign up. I already have an account, so let me just log in real quick. Once you are in, you are going to basically go to the builder and you are going to say, search my Google Sheets for the first client who isn't marked as closed. Then send them an email using their name and then create a Google Drive folder for them. What you're going to do after that is you are just going to click on Generate Blueprint and you're going to wait for a bit. Not even 10 seconds later, you already have the automation. So all you're going to do is you're going to download it and then go to Make.com. In Make.com, once you have a new scenario, you're going to import the one we just built. So you're going to go here, click on Import, click it, choose it as a file. So once you are done importing, you should have something that looks exactly like this, and then you're just going to simply set them up one by one. So for the search rows, you are going to select the right connection or just make a connection. So basically this is the Google Sheets we're going to be using. We have three fields. We have name, email, and then the closed question. Then you are simply going to select the correct sheet and you are going to put the limit to 1. So if you go down here, put this to 1, leave the order to ascending, and for the filter, this is very important. You want to set the closed to does not exist. And then you're going to save. What this basically does is it means that it will go looking from the first one all the way down, and it will just keep on going down one by one to find the first person who isn't marked as closed. For Gmail, this is where it gets really creative. So for the to, you want to add the person's email. So I'm going to put email. And for the subject, you can add whatever you want. So I'm just going to say, hello, welcome, on board. For the body type, leave it exactly how it is. Now you can add body context, and here you can do literally whatever you want to do. So purely just for this, please put in more effort on your onboarding email. This is going to be very important, and attach all of your files to it. But basically, I'm just going to say, welcome to our free program. I hope you enjoy it. I'm just going to leave it at that. Then I am going to save. If you get an error like this, by the way, it's probably because you selected something like the image. So you're just going to pop this down. And then here for the attachment, you're just going to deselect it and leave it like that. And then you are going to save. For Google Drive, it is going to be very straightforward. You can create a connection right here. So I have a quick unfortunate comment. After much testing off camera, I don't know why, for some reason, there are permissions on my Google account stopping me from accessing the create a folder module. Now these problems are not going to happen to you. This is only my PC. If they do happen, I do recommend restarting your PC. But since I'm recording this and I don't want to unsave the scenario, I'll just keep on going. Anyways, after building this, you are pretty much done with your scenario. You now have a scenario that will search rows for the first client that's not marked with anything. Then it's going to send them an email and then it's going to create a folder. Now, obviously, this isn't it. There are thousands of things you can literally do from here, and I'll just walk you through a couple of options. So, for example, you can create a Google Docs document. So you can name it whatever you want. So let me just name it after the client. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to say name. And then here you can choose the location after connecting it. So I'm just going to put it like this. And for the content, I'll show you what you can do. So option number 1 is just simply going to be write whatever you want to write out. So for example, I don't know, this client just signed a contract with us. Another option you can do, and this is really smart, you can add a module before the Google Sheets, and this is going to be a ChatGPT create a completion model. So basically here, just going to pick any sort of model. I recommend 4.1. Anything under that is way too dumb, and anything over that is just overkill. But then here, what you're going to do is you're basically going to add a message. You're going to leave the role to user. Don't select the other two. And what you're, well, no, the other three technically. And what you're going to do is here you can make it do whatever you want it to do. So for example, you can tell it if your Google Sheets had more variables to it. Mine only has three, which is the name, email, and the close question. If, for example, it had way more things like description, problem, solution, time followed up with, all that stuff, you can come into ChatGPT and you can have it do whatever you want it to do. You can make it write a proposal based off of any context you want to give it about the client. You can also make it write a report on how you close the client, so over time you can kind of track like what works and what doesn't work when it comes to closing them. You can literally make it do thousands of different things here. If you also want to, you can send them a sort of text message using Twilio. Now, I don't really recommend that because I see it as a bit pointless. Like, no one opens links from their phone number. It looks a bit unprofessional, but if you go here and you search up Twilio, you can easily go here and you can click on create a message. So you're simply just going to go here, you're going to connect your phone number, you're going to connect all of that. Unfortunately, I don't have a phone number to pick, but you're pretty much just going to pick it like this. Send a message from a phone number to here. Let's act like I had a variable for phone number. So let's say D was phone number. I would just put D. Make sure it's in the plus country code format. You do not just want to write the number like that. Make sure there's a plus sign, then make sure there's the country code, and then that's when you have the phone number. And then here you can put the message body on whatever you want it to do. So you're going to create a body, and then you can put whatever ChatGPT gives. So you can also add ChatGPT here. Or you can just write like your sort of, one fits all message. And another thing you can do is if you want to send notifications to yourself and all that sort of stuff, you can use Slack. So for example, here you can click on send a message. Then you can choose your group. You can set up your group and all that. Now, unfortunately, I do not have a Slack account, but you get the idea behind it. Now, I'm not going to walk you through all of the options because there are literally thousands, but I think you see where I'm going with this. You can go here, you can have fun, you can explore, or you can simply just go on Automly, go to the builder, and then type whatever you want. You don't even have to tell it the modules, so you don't have to tell it like, oh yeah, make it use Twilio. You can simply say a sort of function that you want it to do. So for example, send a message or create a document, and then it will figure it out for you and pick the modules for you. So with that, I hope most of you related to the video. This simple base explanation helped all of you out. Now, I would highly recommend you add more on top of it. You can either ask Automly to do that for you, or you can kind of plan it out and do everything yourself. Because I'm going to be honest with you, no one searches Google Sheets only to send an email and create a folder. There's so much things to be done. So with that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you do get creative with this automation because it is going to help you so much.